Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Resonators. So, yesterday I had a doctor's appointment, right? I go because I want to try and finally, I got the nerve to ask my primary care if I could get some help with something.
Oh my God.
She kind of looks at me funny, and I'm like, and this is why. This is why I never ask for help. And this is probably why people don't go to the doctors. So she gives me a referral to go to see somebody else. I call literally out in the parking lot. And they're like, no, we don't see anybody that isn't a minor. I'm like, okay. So this was completely a waste of time. So, like, the reason I'm bringing this up, and this is a very shortened, condensed version, is, doctors wonder why people don't want to see doctors. Everything seems like a referral game. Like, what happens if you need help right away? Do you just have to go to the emergency room and even with insurance walk out with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt? I mean, we have pretty good health insurance, but still a hospital visit isn't covered by my insurance 100%. So, what do you do when you need to get help for something that you've been struggling with and you've been working up the nerve to even ask, and then they do this to you? It's like, what's the point? It's not like I'm asking for, a cure for cancer here. I'm just trying to get my mental state, somewhat in a good direction. Because right now it's literally everywhere. I'm everywhere. And it's really disheartening to have to do all this. Literally, I see my primary care pretty often. And I've been wanting to ask her, but every time I don't feel like it's appropriate, which is kind of like my anxiety or whatever telling me, no, you don't need help, or, whatever the issue is. So I finally work up the nerve, and this is what I get. So I called the office back, and of course nobody answers. So now we're back in, a state of limbo, and it's really just upsetting. And I say this because I know I'm not the only one that has this issue or has fallen victim to doctors labeling you or not really giving you the help that you need. And I know that it's very frustrating, and it just kind of gets a little hopeless at times. So yesterday was just not a great day for me, and I needed to do something just to clear my mind. I can only rely on resin for so much. And when you rely on resin or some form of art, it kind of takes the joy away from doing things. So all I knew is I wanted to use red with blacks, and all it is just ink dropping, and then you put a little bit of the Cast and Craft white in there. You kind of swirl it around, and it gives us this beautiful, I wouldn't say petri dish, but it gives this beautiful bloom effect within. And I always say deeper the mold, the better you're going to get. I originally was going to add some crystals to another layer, but because the black really takes over, it would have been kind of like a waste. So I just left it as is. In a mold like this, I always kind of find it a little tricky using a torch. So you have a tight, narrow mold, plus you're working with alcohol ink. So torch isn't always the best route. So this is when I pull out my crusty, dusty heat gun and kind of blow everything in there and get it all nice and moving, if you will. So that's what I'm doing right there. But yeah, I don't know. I have another appointment with somebody different today at 11, and I'm just hoping that it goes a little bit better, because your girl, she is on a level of I don't even know what the hell is going on with me anymore. So fingers crossed, positive vibes. I will definitely take them. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But there's so much that I want to share with you guys, but I'm like, do you guys want to hear things or not? So let me know. That's kind of why I was asking, do you guys want to hear stories? I have stories for days for you guys, and I think that they could be really beneficial to people. But if you guys don't want to hear, then just let me know, or I can try to figure out a way to give some stories in one way and videos in another. But I just feel like you guys are all my friends, and I just want to talk to you guys like friends and since I do kind of similar techniques, sometimes it's kind of boring to just be repetitive about the steps. So, let me know what you guys think. I always enjoy hearing a feedback. I will always take feedback as long as it's in a respectable way. Don't go telling me to F off because I don't appreciate that. But you guys are really amazing. I don't really have a lot of hate per se. So the mold is from moldyfun.com, I think. I used to have affiliate code with them or discount code. I don't know if it's still valid because I don't really do a lot with this mold. But I'll take this outside and give you guys some up-close pictures. That's Little Man, and I love you guys. Bye, everyone.